Abortion has always been a controversial issue in Latin America, but to truly appreciate the present laws and beliefs, we have to take a look back at history. When did the first abortions happen in Latin America? Evidence shows enslaved African women were the first to practice abortion using plants. Studies of indigenous culture shows evidence that a South American native tribe in the pre-colonial era, known as the Wichi, reportedly aborted the first pregnancy of every tribal member. During the colonial era in Latin America, Catholic doctrine influenced public opinion and legal sanctions of abortion in the early 16th century. A perspective article for the National Library of Medicine on abortion access in the Americas states that Spanish and Portuguese colonies were introduced to the Catholic doctrine, which condemned abortion as a sin. In the 1960s, Cuba decriminalized abortion with a 12-week limit. Guyana allowed abortions up to 8 weeks with consideration for later pregnancies if the life of the pregnant person is at risk. And Puerto Rico had legalized abortion following U.S. federal laws. Countries like Mexico, El Salvador, Honduras, Argentina, Chile, and others still had restrictive laws on abortions. Even with all these restrictions in place, women in Latin America were still accessing ways to terminate a pregnancy. A 1993 study on countries like Peru, Colombia, the Dominican Republic, Brazil, Chile, and Mexico showed that most people believed in inducing abortions using certain vegetables, teas, and infusions made from local herbs. In cases where the induced abortion is unsuccessful, they resort to invasive methods that are usually unsafe. This study found that 800,000 women in these countries were hospitalized due to complications from at-home induced abortions. However, it is important to note that high-income women were able to access safer options like vacuum aspiration and dilation and curettage at private clinics. Throughout the years, female activists have been the most influential and outspoken group with regards to sexual and reproductive rights. A group of women activists in Brazil started spreading the word about misoprostol's ability to end a pregnancy, which was produced under the name of Cytotec in 1973. The Pañuelo Verde movement, that was born in 2005 in Argentina, adopted the green scarf as its emblem with a powerful slogan: sexual education to discover, contraceptives to enjoy, and legal abortion to decide. The movement chose green because it was a symbol of hope, health, and life. Even though the green scarf was used since 2003 for feminist marches, it was not until 2018 that it became an official emblem for abortion advocacy. In the same year, the Society presented a bill for the 7th time to legalize abortion in Argentina, and for the first time, it was debated in Congress. From that year, people all over the country started wearing the scarf around their neck, wrists as accessories, bows, and clothing items to show support for abortion advocacy. However, it wasn't until 2 years later, in December 2020, when the Argentina Senate approved the bill to legalize abortion. If you're looking for more information on scope of abortions for countries in Latin America, you can text Ali on WhatsApp via +1 833 221 2559 or start a private chat with Ali on howtouseabortionpill.org.